Hi, my name is Diana, and I'm still reading Eating Animals. And right now in the book, I'm in the part where there are different stories about different people who share perspectives about how they feel about the situation. So, in the story about the factory farmer, what he basically says is that the prices of food have decreased or at least stayed the same in the past few years. So, they had no other choice than produce more, and in order for them to produce more, they have to treat the animals bad and give them chemicals so they could grow faster. So this is what he says. The price of food hasn't increased in the past 30 years. In relation to all other expenses, the price of protein stayed put. In order to survive, I don't mean get rich. I mean put food on your table, send your kids to school, getting new cars needed. The farmer had to produce more and more. Simple math. And he says that there's no way to feed as many people with free-range eggs and cows that eat grass. There's no way to feed as many people. And there's another story about the last poultry farmer. And this farmer explains how he does it right from the beginning to the end, and that he is not ashamed for people to go and visit his farms because he does nothing horrible to the animals. And this is what he says. People focus on the last second of death. I want them to focus on the entire life of the animal. And what he means by this is that nowadays people focus on how they kill the animals and if the animals suffer when they die. And what he says is that he doesn't, that the important thing is how the animals live, that in the factory farms animals suffer and then they get killed bad. So what he says is that all their life matters. In another story, this person had a very similar perspective of what the poultry farmer said. So this is what he said. The first farm I entered at night was an egg facility, maybe 1,000,000 hens. They were packed into cages that were stacked several rows high. My eggs and lungs burned for days after. It was less violent and gory than what I'd seen in the video, but it affected me even more strongly. That really changed me, when I realized that an excruciating life is worse than an excruciating death. So he also says that people should not only worry about how the animals die and how they suffer when they die, but also how they suffer throughout their lifetime. So after reading this part of the book, I still do think that we should eat animals because I think they are a very important part of our diet. But I don't think we should make the animals suffer so much. We should stop giving them horrible chemicals and make them grow faster and stop making them suffer, but instead trying to farm them in a better way.